Namaste everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Upbeat Millennial. My name is Prerna. If you've not watched my previous videos, I would urge you to watch those videos. I'll put the link up here or here somewhere. I am back today with a new video. I am going to talk about how we packed and shipped all our stuff to India. In the last video, I talked about what all things we did in our India trip before making the final move to India. As I said, after going back to the US, my husband talked to his employer and they did agree to give him an internal company transfer to India. Once that was done, the only thing that was stopping us from being in India was packing our stuff up and shipping all the stuff. Sharing a lot of stories about packing and shipping our stuff. So grab your cup of tea or coffee or your favorite drink and stay tuned. The first obvious question we had was which shipping company should we hire to ship our stuff to India. Of course, there are many companies available like Unirelo, Universal Relocations, Twill, Garuda Vega, Sea Rates, and so on and so forth. A simple Google search will give you a lot of options. But again, we trusted our RTI group and the people there, and the two names that kept on coming up every now and then were Unirelo and Universal Relocations. With both companies, people had different experiences. Many people had good reviews to share about one company, and a few people did have negative reviews about them. And similarly with the other company, many people had good reviews to share about that, but a few did have negative reviews. So we figured that it was a hit or a miss with either of the companies. From our research, we found out that both of these companies do not provide services to every state in the US. One of the companies big in a few states and the other is more prominent in the other. So basically, it's just a question of your priority and where you are at. For us, we just asked for quotations from both of these companies, and whoever came back to us earlier and with a better quote, we just decided to go with them. The quotations we got from both the companies were pretty much comparable, but we found that Universal Relocations was more convincing for us, and they did provide service in the state of Maryland. So we decided to go ahead with Universal Relocations. While we were shopping for a shipping company to hire to send our stuff to India, we also booked our tickets to India in the meantime. My little one was less than 2 years old at that time, but we did take a seat for her because we knew that with all the packing and shipping and everything, completing all the remaining tasks in the US, we'll be very tired. So we decided to buy 4 seats for all 4 of the family members, and that way we would also get 2 extra bags for her to take to India. During this time, I was also in touch with a friend in California. We had met them on the RTI group, and they were going to move to Pune from California around the same time in the same month when we were going to. So we were generally exchanging notes about what needs to be done and what all is done. I found out while talking to her that they had hired packers to pack all their stuff. They decided to go ahead with Unirelo in California. And she told us that they're going to pay $600-700 extra to pack their stuff. After my husband came back that evening, I remember particularly that time, we thought that it was quite a waste of money to hire packers when we could do it ourselves. कितना मुश्किल हो सकता है, अपना ही सामान बांधना है. So Universal Relocations had sent us all the information about what type of boxes they need, what are the dimensions of those boxes, and how much they should weigh at the most. So my husband headed to Lowe's that evening, and we got 2-3 boxes and said कि चलो इस weekend से we'll start packing. So I was thinking about what should go first, and I was like, chalo, my shoe boxes that were nicely packed and my prized possession, I'm going to start packing with those. Long story short, By Sunday evening 7 p.m. that weekend, we could pack. After so much thinking and so much going around and so much back and forth, we could pack only one box, that too with my shoes. And that night, we made the decision that this is much more difficult than what it looked, and we also decided to go ahead with professional packers from Universal Relocations. I think that was the best money spent in whole of this shipping process. My message to you friends is, if you are on the edge thinking about whether you should hire packers or not, if I had to advise a friend whether they should hire a professional packer or not, I would say hands down go for it. Just spend that amount of money, and it's the best usage of money to hire professional packers. Save yourself a lot of stress and time and energy, and use that time to make memories while in the US. When the professional packers came to our house on their scheduled date, they came at 12 noon and they were done packing up our 3-bedroom townhome by 3 p.m. They left our house at 3 p.m. They took the truck away at 3 p.m. They had brought the packing paper, boxes, packing tapes, sheets, blankets, bubble wraps, whatever they need to pack, delicate material, everything. We didn't even have to give them a pin for their stuff, just our stuff, and they collected it and packed the entire house and took it away in 3 hours. All the stuff that was shipped to India was collected by us over the years, and we really valued and loved that stuff. In order to keep it safe, we wanted to buy insurance for that stuff. In order to buy insurance, it was mandated by Universal Relocations that we hire their packing services, because they need to pack it as best as they can to make sure that our stuff reaches to India without any breakage. So that is another benefit of hiring packers, that we could buy insurance only if we hired their packing services. While doing our research, we came across these terms called LCL and FCL. Now LCL is less container load and FCL is full container load. So the difference between these is that FCL means if I want to ship my stuff to India, I can either book the entire container and only my stuff will go in that container. And for less container load, LCL, I will put my stuff in that container, and if it is not full, they'll wait for somebody else boxes and belongings and stuff, and they'll add those boxes in my container. And if it's still not full, they'll wait for another consignee's stuff to be added to that container. So in that one container, there'll be 3 or 4 people's stuff. One benefit of having FCL is, of course, it would be costlier, but then I don't have to wait for that container to be full. When they load my stuff in there, they can just ship that container directly. But in an LCL, they have to wait until that container is full, and only then can they ship that container to India. So what are all the things that we packed to send to India? We shipped all the clothes, all toys, and all books that included kids' books and our books. We knew that the elder one's toys are going to be used by the little one eventually, so we sent all of the toys and books and clothes. Somebody also suggested that we buy clothes for the kids that will be used by them for the next 2-3 years. While moving, we were of the mindset that we didn't want to go out for every little thing or every essential item after we moved to India. In our experience, and everyone might not agree with this, but with our personal experience, we thought, and it was true for us after we moved, that if we have all the things that we need, and if we use the same things that we were used to using before, it helps in some way to settle down quicker and sooner. So we decided that we'll ship everything from the kitchen. Now, we didn't go out and buy new items that we did not have, but we shipped almost everything that we already have. Like all the Pyrex stuff we sent. I had a Blendtec mixer that I loved, and it was fairly new, and I didn't want to risk not finding a similar mixer in India, and I didn't want to go out shopping and looking for it. So we decided to send that. Instapot was another one. Instapot is every woman's best friend in the US. I had that and I had used it extensively in the US, and that was also fairly new, maybe 1 year or 2 years old. And we sent that to India as well. Honestly, after moving back for about 6-7 months, our Instapot was sitting sadly in a corner of our kitchen counter, and nobody even missed it at all. We had house help who was more comfortable in using a pressure cooker, so we bought a new pressure cooker for her. And nobody had dreamt in their wildest dreams about COVID and the pandemic and the lockdowns after lockdowns. After the first lockdown, we again rekindled our friendship with the Instapot, and since then, even after our house help was back, we introduced her to the Instapot, and now she uses it with a lot of ease. So, Instapot was definitely one item that we got back, and because we had it, we got it back. There are a lot of options of Instapot or similar products in India, and it's totally okay to buy those, but since we had it, we didn't want to get rid of that and then shop for another one in India. So I think it's wise to send whatever you have, but there's no point in buying something new there and then using it here. In India, you mostly get everything. It's just a matter of choice and convenience, and to each his own about how they want to go about things. But we decided to bring back our Blendtec and Instapot. Another thing that we had was the Rotimatic. Now, we had used the Rotimatic extensively for 2-3 years while in the US. We loved it, but we decided not to take it to India for two reasons primarily. One was that the warranty of Rotimatic was not valid in India, so India was not covered, at least at that time. Maybe now it is. And secondly, it requires a lot of space on the countertop. So we thought that anyway we would hire a house help, and if she is there, we wouldn't need the Rotimatic as much. So we decided not to bring it back to India. There were quite a few friends who were in line to buy that machine from us, but Simplistic, the maker of Rotimatic, if you buy an extended from them, they will allow you one international shipping of that machine. So we decided to gift it to a very close family member who lives in UK and where the warranty was valid. So what we had to do is we had to send our Rotimatic machine back to an address that they had provided, and in turn Rotimatic, Simplistic would send a brand new fresh piece of Rotimatic that would work in the UK to my family member, and in UK the warranty also was covered. Apart from these appliances, I think the only new thing that I bought, especially before moving back, was 2 cast iron skillets. One of my friends who had moved to India before we did had highly recommended that we bring the Lodge cast iron stuff from the US, because she didn't find comparable quality of cast iron skillets or griddles in India. So she had recommended that, and that's the only thing I brought new, especially for shipping to India. Of course, to make all these kitchen appliances work in India, like our Blendtec and Instapot, etc., we also had to buy a step-down transformer to make these appliances work.